We're here in Marmion, Western Australia, nice coastal suburb. We're here to have a look at this bold line custom pool fence we've done for the customers here. It's an 80 by 40 batten on the 45 degrees. If you have a look from there, heaps of privacy. So the pool fence part actually stops back there a little bit because there's a glass divider that comes off. So this is just a pedestrian gate, lock latch deluxe by D&D and Polaris soft close hinges. All right, so this half, or this section here technically doesn't have to be pool compliant, but you might as well run the same spec the whole way through because you've got this dividing glass fence. So not pool area, obviously. Pretty nice job here. So they've got the Polaris soft close hinges throughout. They've got these little hydraulic cylinders in here. So as the gate's shutting, there's a spring inside the hinge, then they just slow it right down. So that closes nice and soft. And then they've used this glass really, really well. So I wouldn't say I'm anti-glass, but I definitely think glass should not be the go-to pool fence. But when used to its strengths, like this, I just think it's probably the best material to do what they've done here. So you're dividing like your pergola porch area where you're going to sit there and have a drink and the kids can be in the pool. You need straight through visibility. You need a splash proof and you want the wind to not be funneling through here so you can actually relax. So I think that's a really good use of the glass. And black spigots, interestingly, everything else out here is white. They've done the black spigots. There's also black gate hardware on our white gate where normally we'd give a white hinge and latch. He requested black and he wanted that to all tie together. So I think that's a pretty good job that they've done there. So it's a pretty odd shaped area. It's a triangle because it's a front pool, which is pretty common these days to put a pool in the front of the yard because the backyards are getting smaller and smaller. So pretty smart design. You got a level change there from deck down to pool, just makes it feel a bit bigger. You got your pool pump hidden over here behind this brick wall, so you don't have to build like a gross pool pump enclosure because they're the worst. So that's nice and tucked away, all out of the way there. You got a hidden skimmer box lid. So all these little touches, you got to get in early when you're designing and planning before concrete, especially, to get all these done. But for the marginal extra cost, just sets the area off beautifully. I'd say that's like a 7 by 3-ish. Obviously you got the little steps here. So it's not an overly huge pool, but it's perfect for the size of area. Kids can swim, whatever, you're all good. And then this fence, they really didn't want to feel like they were just exposed on the road. So we went back and forward on design quite a few times and he got in early. I think we originally quoted this and designed it 6 months before they actually needed it. So it's pretty smart, he was pretty onto it, getting on early. So we went through, adjusted spacings until we had the right balance of aesthetic and privacy of what they wanted. So most of the traffic comes from that direction, heading that way. So as they drive past, they see nothing through, literally nothing. And then even the other way, if you're at road speed at 50 k's an hour, you're seeing like a glimpse. So you literally have 10 naked people in the pool here and no one out there is going to know, especially because it's raised from roadside. So I think they've done a great job with the space. And I think the use of the different fences, including obviously our 45-degree bold line, for this application, this is the correct batten, correct angle, everything about it is selected appropriate for the area. You're not going to get a better pool fence for this application. That's the spec. So you see here, you've got this truncation. So this is pretty common. The driveway's on the other side. So you got the two fences, the walls, and then you got this angled section here, which they do for visibility coming in and out of the driveway. So all these angles have to get custom measured. You can either measure them with like an angle finder, or you can just template the wall and ship it to us and we'll work out the angle. So both of those had to get angles and all the battens have been placed working outwards from those two joins. So we'll literally like adjust the batten spacings from the corners working outwards to make sure that everything fits perfectly. So that's the beauty of us doing custom It lets us play to our strengths and help you get the outcome that you need. Pretty cool Mustang, just drove past. All chem set in, stainless steel fixings. Like, I think this is now 2 years old. Looks brand new. Just hose it off when it gets dirty and you're good to keep on going. Cool. Can you run vertical for a sec?